The recent death of a Texas man due to the Paqui one-chip challenge has shocked the world. The challenge requires one to consume the chip with its blend of smoky ghost pepper and Carolina Reaper chili peppers, as well as a mix of salts and spices. This challenge is designed to be too hot for even the most seasoned spice lover to handle, making it a very dangerous activity. Sadly, the unfortunate incident has left many wondering what could have been done to avoid this tragedy. It is speculated that the man participating in the challenge was not aware of the severity of it beforehand. He certainly was not prepared for the intense and extreme heat of the chip. As a result of consuming the chip, the man collapsed to the floor and died shortly after. Even though it is not confirmed, it is suspected that the cause of death was excessive heat exposure. The family of the deceased has since released a statement expressing sorrow over the death of their beloved family member. They have also spoken out against such dangerous and extreme food challenges. This is not the first time that someone has died due to the Paqui one-chip challenge. In 2020, an 18-year-old man sadly perished due to consuming the chip. In addition to the recent death, there are numerous other reports of people experiencing extreme illness or other adverse reactions after participating in a challenge. Given the recent tragic death, it is worth asking whether the challenge is too dangerous for public consumption. It is clear that consumers must be aware of the dangers of consuming such a spicy chip. There are numerous questions around liability and potential lawsuits that may arise due to deaths associated with the Paqui one-chip challenge. Even though the heat of the chip is known, it is still unclear if proper warnings were given to participants prior to taking the challenge, or if the company was aware of the potential risks. It is now up to the authorities to decide if the company selling the chip needs to be held accountable for the death of the Texas man. In response to the public outcry, the company that produces the chip has released a statement of condolences for the deceased and his family. They also apologized for not warning consumers enough about the dangers of taking the challenge, stating that they had no idea it could be so dangerous. The incident has prompted increased surveillance of the public when it comes to food challenges that can be potentially hazardous. It is important for people to be aware of the risks associated with such challenges, and understand the potential consequences, before taking part. Such extreme food challenges should be taken seriously and only done by those who are fully aware of the risks involved. Any food challenges that pose a potential threat to the health and safety of its participants should be closely monitored and discouraged. It is also important for food manufacturers to take more responsibility and ensure that their products don't pose any potential risk to the health and safety of consumers. It is essential that food manufacturers are aware of the dangers of certain ingredients that can be potentially hazardous, and make sure to include warnings on their packaging. It is ultimately up to the consumers to make sure to pay attention to such warnings and take their own safety into consideration. It is clear that the Texas man participating in the One Chip Challenge made a tragic mistake by not taking the warnings of potential risks seriously. As a result of his mistake, he has tragically lost his life, and a valuable lesson needs to be learned from this incident. Going forward, it is essential that food companies take more responsibility for the safety of their products, and that consumers take these warnings seriously. Consumers should also be aware that food companies may not always do the best job of providing accurate information on the potential risks of products. The government should also have more regulations in place to monitor and enforce the safety of products sold to the public.